judge said, no, you're not. U.S. District Judge Tanya Pratt rejected Fogel's challenge. Said if Fogel was now claiming to be sovereign, the Seventh Circuit has rejected theories of individual sovereignty, immunity from prosecution, and their ilk. Regardless of his theory, Fogel's challenge of this court's jurisdiction is rejected. Now get out of here. I made the last part up. Charged with obtaining and looking at child pornography, blah, blah, blah. He had to pay $1.4 million in restitution to 14 victims as he traveled to New York and actually paid for sex with minors, apparently, and forfeited $50,000 in assets. And he was their fixture in ads for over 15 years. He was making a good buck doing that. Not a tough job. Originally, he got that job because he said he died of Subway sandwiches caused him to lose, 3,000 pounds or something. So, no, don't try the sovereignty thing. I don't think it's worked anywhere, but why do people continue to try? All right, 7:38, and you have to count. Get the medical minute coming up here in just a little bit. And first, Bloomberg, and some good news in the market, especially if you're holding on to Home Depot.
We do it every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons. We serve up the latest forecast because we care about you, and no restraining order will ever change that. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons on News Radio 700 WLW.
Brought to you by Kerry Hyundai in Alexandria and Florence. Attention Tri-State, your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky premier Hyundai dealer, Kerry Hyundai in Florence, has just announced the event of the year, the Hyundai Black Friday Sales Event. For only $99 a month, you can lease a brand new 18 Elantra. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty, 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Assurance. Need some holiday cash? How about a $500 shopping spree on us? Get to Kerry Hyundai in Florence this week for the Hyundai Black Friday Sales Event. Online at Kerry Hyundai.
It's Friday.
Woo! Registration with approved credit, 36-month lease, no security deposit. See dealer for details. Offer ends 11/30/17. Keeping an eye on your money. This is the Bloomberg Market Minute on News Radio 700 WLW.
This is a Bloomberg Market Minute. Home Depot benefited from the cleanup and rebuilding efforts after hurricanes in August and September that helped third quarter sales beat forecasts and prompted Home Depot to raise its forecast. Home Depot said the hurricanes lifted same-store sales by about $282 million in the quarter, but it also said expenses related to the storms reduced its operating profit by $51 million, and we are seeing shares down less than 1% in pre-market trading this morning. More transparent communication on monetary policy intentions is effective and probably here to stay, according to 4 of the world's most powerful central bankers at a debate on communication in Frankfurt. Officials in charge of half the world's economy, including Fed Chair Janet Yellen, were in general accord on the use of so-called forward guidance as a monetary policy tool, though with the acceptance that it can have its limits. Stock futures, little change to mixed. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
All right, 740, Chuck has traffic.
Welcome to UC Health Traffic Center. UC Health offering advanced fertility services with compassion and care. Got a report of a new accident southbound 71. This is just above 275. It's going to add to what was already running slow from above Fields Erdel and continuing through Blue Ash and Kenwood down to Red Bank. On northbound 75, traffic slows from Donaldson to downtown and from 74 through to the lateral with an accident just being cleared out of the way on the right shoulder.
Wow,
Southbound 75, the brake lights start above Tylersville. You're wrapping on those brakes till you're through the Lachlan split. Inbound 74 is backing above Montana. There's a wreck on Whitney above Kings Run with injuries. Your next traffic update is in 10 minutes. Chuck Ingram, News Radio 700 WLW.
This report is brought to you by your neighborhood Aldi grocery store.
Get your holiday haul for less at Aldi by saving on festive offerings. Like Butterball whole turkeys, just 99 cents per pound. Getting more holidays for less is easy when you choose Aldi. Simply smartest shopping.
Aldi.
The sun's up. Should be sunny for most of the day. Looking for a high 49. A couple clouds around tonight, 37. Tomorrow, the late day shower. There's a good possibility. 50-ish tomorrow, then sunny again Thursday, 50 again, 33 now.
Trees are all naked now. There's nothing left on them.
Basketball, last 3 to Cincinnati Bearcats knock off Western Carolina at BB&T Arena 102-51. Cincinnati goes to 2-0 on the season. Jared Cumberland leading the way with 20 points for the Bearcats. Here's Mick Cronin.
We got a lot of contributions from a lot of people, obviously, in a game like this. Another thing is, I want to
Wow, you
Western
stupid
Carolina. I
motherfucker.
think,
Move
obviously
over.
they're physically outmanned tonight, but I never saw them quit. I saw their guys diving on the floor till the game was over. They really battled down low. We needed that. We needed somebody to be physical against us.
Get more tonight on the Mick Cronin Show live with the Richard Montgomery Inn at 8:05 right here on News Radio 700 WLW. At Cintas Center, 15th ranked Xavier goes to 2-0, dumping Ryder 101-75. Trayvon Blewett leading the Musketeers with 26 points. Coach Chris Mackey had a lead. It got close and then the blowout.
Number one, in the second half, we were a lot more comfortable offensively. And I think anytime you're a little bit unsure of yourself on the offensive end, then it sort of leads to a little bit
All right,
of
it didn't get blurry
being unsure
today.
on the defensive end. And I thought I gave them a better answer. We expected them to play a little bit of that 2-3 matchup. We didn't expect 40 minutes of it.
Tonight in college basketball, it's Wright State up against the Miami Redhawks, and number 7 Kentucky meets 4th-ranked Kansas with the action at 8 on ESPN 1530. News Radio 700 WLW. Bengals update. The NFL says no suspension for Bengals linebacker Vontaze Burfict for contact with an official that got him ejected from Sunday's game in Tennessee. The league said Burfict faces a fine. Officials have provoked the Bengals linebacker Burfict at least 3 times in the past month, according to an unnamed teammate that spoke to ESPN. That player said he heard officials cursing at Burfict on multiple occasions during games. Head coach Marvin Lewis.
It would shock me if those things occur. I know on occasion supposedly they have, but again, that would shock me.
ECHL hockey action today, 10:30 face-off at U.S. Bank Arena with the Cyclones taking on Quad City.
I'm gonna go to the Cyclones game.
Montreal at 7:15 on Fox Sports 1360. Phil Dennison, News Radio 700 WLW Sports. Market Street Grill is fine dining with award-winning foods like crab cake and spicy chicken wrap. Go to SaveOnCincy.com. Get a $40 certificate for $20. Open for lunch and dinner. Market Street Grill. $40 for $20. SaveOnCincy.com. Powered by Ultimate Air.
At Beachmont Toyota, we want to make it easier for you to buy your new car. And now you can. With Beachmont Toyota Express Purchase, it makes buying or leasing your new vehicle easier and faster. And all new Beachmont Toyotas come with a Life Care Plus protection plan. Go to BeachmontToyota.com for all the details.
MyCare Ohio is designed for Ohioans that receive both Medicare and Medicaid benefits that coordinates your care based on your needs. The MyCare Ohio plan that you choose will provide all of the same benefits that Medicare and Medicaid offer, including long-term care support and behavioral health services. Call the Ohio Senior Health Insurance Information Program at 1-800-686-1578 or the MyCare Ohio Ombudsman at 1-800-282-1206 for more information.
Music Festival are sold out. 2017 iHeartRadio Music Festival from Las Vegas. Tonight, smart scale, over 20 of the biggest artists on the planet, celebrated with iHeartRadio fans from around the world. iHeartRadio Music are sold out. 2017 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Play Thomas Rap, The Weeknd, and more.
Watch our must-see iHeartRadio Music Festival Wednesday the 22nd and Friday the 24th at 8 p.m. on the CW Cincinnati.
At 7:45, the time Ryan Holmes is here. They wanted it down to 3.
That's what we hear. Grant Wall is one of the top soccer journalists in the country, works for Sports Illustrated, and reports today that Major League Soccer, which got 12 bids for expansion franchises, has narrowed the field down to just 3. They're going to award 2 on December 14th in New York City when the league holds its annual meetings. And 2 of the cities will come from these 3: Sacramento, Nashville, and Cincinnati.
I hope Cincinnati gets one.
Between the 3 is that Sacramento and Nashville already have stadium deals in place for financing stadiums in their cities. Cincinnati is working on a deal, hopes to have an announcement soon, though the mayor told Bill Cunningham yesterday that he does not have a sense that a deal is close, at least not for the site in Oakley. The December 14th announcement would seem to suggest that they don't have long to finalize details of the stadium deal to get them to the MLS office to make sure that Cincinnati's on a level playing field with the other 2 cities.
From what I understand, I don't think Nashville even has a soccer team.
They do not. So how do they even gauge what their support level is?
They had 50,000 people at a couple of what they call friendlies.
Yeah.
They had exhibition matches this summer there to show the popularity or what it could be like at this. And they have a season ticket base that they are using as a selling point. People who say that they will buy tickets for the game. So I don't know. I mean, other than the fact that they've got great success with their hockey club and football team, the city is considered a hotbed for millennials. Those things the Nashville is looking forward to it. In addition to the stadium.
Yeah. Okay.
Coming up under the top of the hour, let's hear some of the comments from Cincinnati's mayor on what he believes the city is willing to do to help FC get a MLS team. That's in 15 minutes. News Radio 7 WLW.
All right, Medical Minute Time brought to you by Mercy Health, where Dr. Frank Noyes is an orthopedic surgeon at Mercy Health, Cincinnati Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center, as well as the director of the Knee Robotics Center at the Jewish Hospital of Mercy Health. And he's been nominated Best Doctors in America, Best Doctors in Cincinnati, and subject of the day for acute knee injuries. If you hear a pop and it really hurts, you should get to the doctor pretty quickly.
Yeah, if you hear a pop and it hurts, that may be the anterior cruciate ligament, it may be a meniscus tear. One important thing is with a knee injury, you can develop significant muscle atrophy and weakness within 2 or 3 weeks. So there are very good exercises that don't hurt the knee that you need to start with right away.
I guess, is it a rather recent innovation? We're talking megaplasty.
Yes, the Makoplasty is a robotic knee surgery where the surgery is done on the computer and then the robot cuts out the exact footprint, and it's for a partial replacement.
All right. So that'll be the subject of the week. We'll hear the whole thing together in the podcast at the health page at 700WLW.com. It's everything you need to know. All right, what do we got? My friends at Simply Safe in the home security business, and you ought to be too. Maybe you thought about it, but maybe you've heard from others that you sign a long-term contract with monitoring and all that stuff. You have to wait and set the appointment, take a half a day off, and they come to put the whole system in place. You don't have any of those issues with Simply Safe. They don't even have a contract. You don't lock into anything, and it's so simple, you can put it together yourself. We are in the wireless era, and this is a wireless system. It's really, really simple. And in fact, go to simplysafe.com. You can take a look at the video there to see how simple it is. But the big deal right now is there's a special. It's the Black Friday special that's in effect where you save $200 on a rather inexpensive system to begin with, I'll mention. Go to simplysafe.com. S-M-I-P-L-I, safe. Simplysafe.com/WW. Check it out because this deal ends on the 27th of November where you save $200. Simplysafe.com/WLW. You get 24/7 professional monitoring for $14.99 a month. And other places could charge 3 times that. $14.99 a month. Absolutely no contract. You can say forget about it anytime you want. It's also great if you're thinking of moving or you rent because it's so portable. You pick it up and take it with you. You can't go wrong with Simply Safe. So again, simplysafe.com/WLW. $200 off right now, and the deal ends November 27th.
Now, a moment of inner reflection with these thought-provoking words.
A ball of tin foil is shiny, and I like shiny things.
For more thought-provoking words, listen to Bill Cunningham.
Today, 12:06.
On News Radio 700, WLW.
We're from the UC Health Traffic Center. UC Health offering advanced fertility services with compassion and care. Northbound 75 brake lights, Donaldson into downtown, then from before 74 through to Town Street. With an accident at the lateral, tow truck just pulled up over on the right-hand side. Inbound 74 backs past Montana and is getting close to North Bend. Sun's not helping there. Southbound 75, there's an accident near Cincinnati-Dayton Road. They're on the left shoulder, and it's adding to the heavy traffic from Tyler's.
Now, I don't know if the video is blurry or not because I can't see the phone because of the sun. So hopefully it's good, but I doubt it because I have a feeling sunlight fucks with the Pixel 2 for some reason.
Accident on the ramp to Columbia Parkway. The next traffic update is in 10 minutes. Shocking from News Radio 700 WLW.
This report is brought to you by Indeed.com. Are you hiring? Join over 3 million businesses that use Indeed.com for hiring. You can post a job in minutes and manage your candidates from an easy-to-use dashboard. Post your next job on the world's #1.
And I guess it looks alright to me, but I don't know. Like I said, I can't see it. The sun's beating me in the face.
Tonight, partly cloudy 37. But we're sunny this morning. Sunny now. It'll be a sunny day.
And somebody in one of these cars that just passed me is smoking the shit out of some weed.
Back on Thursday, right around 50 again, and it's 34. 34 at 700 WLW.
I hate having the sense of smell.
Very, very connected to their emotional support for animals. It used to be just dogs, didn't it? It was only dogs, then maybe somebody went with the little pigs. I forget what was next. This guy in Clearwater Beach is facing potential eviction if he can't hold on to his emotional support squirrel. Squirrel. He's Ryan Boylan, and the squirrel's name is Brutus, and they are inseparable. He rescued her after Hurricane Matthew last year. He said, well, ever since then, I mean, oh my God, I can't imagine not being around her. But he could lose her. Property management says Brutus has to go. Found out Brutus was there when she was chased up a tree by a dog. So the complaint filed by the Condo Association, Mr. Boylan, says exotic animals are not allowed and the squirrel has to go. Sent a notice last month, give up the squirrel or out you go. He said, I was very sad. I had to basically push every single limitation. Now it's trying to get me out of this because of Brutus. In the complaint, attorneys state Boylan never submitted paperwork that Brutus was an emotional support animal until this past summer. Attorneys also state he's residing in a unit as a tenant without having applied for and or obtained approval from the association. He's breaking all the rules. He says it's a matter of discrimination, and he's contacted the Office of Human Rights to keep his support squirrel. Why does he have a support squirrel, you might wonder? Well, he said he was in a car accident and now has PTSD. And somehow having a squirrel around makes you forget you have PTSD, apparently. They're saying if it was a gerbil, that would be fine because it's kept in a cage, but a squirrel is considered a wild animal, and obviously if it's chased up a tree, he didn't keep it in a cage. But he says he's being discriminated against, and he wants to fight it, and we'll see what happens. I can't imagine being separated from my squirrel, he says. I gotta find a list of some of the things people claimed have been support animals over time. I know one case where somebody's just trying to find a way to get their dog home without paying the freight. And they went to a doctor, a psychologist, who wrote a note saying, okay, your dog is a support animal. And they were able to take the dog on board the plane in the regular passenger area and saved all the money from having to pay to have the dog shipped. I don't know what percentage of people are legit and what percentage of people are not, but I've known a few knots over time, put it that way. It's about 5 away from 8 o'clock at 700 WLW. We know Sloaney is in at 9. Do we know what he's doing yet? No is the answer, but we'll find out and pass it along. 700 WLW.
Scott Sloan taking on the tough topics, explaining the issues, plus how to spice up your marriage with duct tape. You'll love it this morning at 9 on News Radio 700 WLW. Live from the 700 WLW studios. Driven by Mike Castrucci Ford in Milford and Alexandria. Visit the largest volume Ford dealer in the tri-state and let them save you time and money. They're #1 for a reason. That's Mike Castrucci Ford. WKFS HD2 Milford.
This is News Radio 700 WLW, an iHeart radio station.
One of the greatest fears people have is running out of money in retirement. Think about your situation for a second. Are you sure that won't happen to you? At Financial Engines, we believe that when you retire, you need to create a consistent, sustainable income stream. But what does that mean for you? Well, it means that by having a retirement distribution strategy in place, you can have income protection while also allowing you to participate in the growth of the market. As America's largest independent investment advisor, according to Investment News, Financial Engines offers help to more than 9 million people. We provide objective, personal, and comprehensive planning advice. Get to financialengines.com. We'll connect you with an expert financial advisor in your area It will help create a plan for providing monthly income during retirement. So, financialengines.com, get started today.
This is Sean Keller with Financial Engines in Greater Cincinnati. Let's talk about the financial goals that are important to you, and together we'll develop a plan to help make them happen. Call me at 513-985-0100 or visit financialengines.com.
All right, coming away from news time. I've said before, it's going to be a long time, in my opinion, before we have a lot of autonomous cars on the road. For a lot of reasons, just autonomous cars and the ones we drive now are not going to really get along. And one of the big problems with autonomous cars down the road is that they're going to do the speed limit when in reality almost none of us do. I mean, I could drive home later on this morning or afternoon, and speed limit is about 60 or whatever, where I get on 71, might be 65. And most people are doing at least 70, probably 75 miles an hour. And these autonomous cars will obey all traffic rules, which is going to really irritate other people. So it's mixing the two together, and just down the road, at some point, they'll have to set a date where they'll say, okay, only autonomous cars can be on the road by 2030. And first they'll pass a law that's saying car makers cannot sell a non-autonomous vehicle beginning on a certain date, maybe 10 years beyond that, ban them from the road, give you 10 years to get your use of your car. But in the meantime, there are other issues. A fender bender in downtown LA involved a driverless shuttle and a human-driven truck. Shows that the autopilot on the shuttle was just fine. The problem is the truck backed into it. And the autonomous vehicle can't steer away from an accident. All it can do is blow its little horn and hope that somebody hears it and doesn't hit it. It ended up being a minor issue, pretty much a fender bender. But I'd be interested to try one of these shuttles. They're pilotless shuttles that get you around. And the truck driver was cited for the accident, but all it can really do is blow its horn. I don't think you're going to see fully autonomous vehicles on the road before 2040, at the earliest, as far as everybody being in an autonomous vehicle. My prediction, write it down. We have news in just over a minute, 700 WLW.
Tri-State Chevrolet buyers, it's time to save at Mike Castercy Chevrolet now. During the official 2017 Chevy Closeout Sales Event, Chevrolet buyers, big news. May I have your attention, please? Hi, I'm Mike Castercy, just announced. All 2017 Chevrolet Camaro, Colorado Corvette, Silverado, Suburban Tahoe, and Traverse will now be sold to you for the GM employee price. That's right, purchase any of those popular 2017 Chevrolet models for the exact price that an employee of General Motors pays. Now you qualify too. Again, that's Camaro, Colorado Corvette, Silverado, Suburban Tahoe, and Traverse. GM employee pricing while supplies last. Find new roads and visit us today. Check us out at MikeCastercyChevrolet.com. 2017 Chevrolets. They're on sale right now at Mike Castercy Chevrolet in Milford.
News, weather, and traffic for November 14th, 2017. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
And then there were three. This is continuing coverage from News Radio 7 WLW with the 8 o'clock report. Brian Combs along with Randy Schrader. To be an early Christmas present for the Tri-State. We'll find out 1 month from today if FC Cincinnati will be making the move to Major League Soccer. Well, the top soccer journalist who works for Sports Illustrated reported today the decision will come at league meetings on December 14th in New York City. Grant Wall also reports this morning the league has narrowed the list of 12 cities that applied for expansion franchises down to just 3. He says the 2 new franchises will be awarded to either Sacramento, Nashville, or Cincinnati. You can read his story if you go to 700WLW.com. FC Cincinnati checked off another important item on the resume yesterday, signed Mercy Health as a major sponsor. However, unlike Sacramento and Nashville, there is no stadium deal in place yet in Cincinnati. The ownership group's looking for a public partner to put up $100 million for the $250 million cost, but it's been a tough sell at Cincinnati City Hall.
I wish I had $100 million. I'd buy him a stadium.
I'm a big fan of FC
Just
Cincinnati.
kidding.
I think it's the sport of the future. I think
I love you.
Businesses and
Made it
people to do that.
safe.
It's a lot of fun.
Mayor John Cranley on Bill Cunningham Show yesterday on News Radio 7.